Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Male child found wandering in Portmore. The St. Catherine told police are seeking the public's assistance in reuniting this child with his family. He was found wandering at the Portmore Mall, St. Catherine on Sunday, June 10, between 3:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. He was unable to give his name, however, he gave his mother's name as Raquel Campbell. Anyone with information that can assist the police in identifying and reuniting him with his family is being asked to contact the Waterford Police Station at 876-988-1763, 119 Police Emergency Number, or the nearest police station. Health Ministry warns of fake release downplaying monkeypox. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has dismissed a fake press release purportedly from the ministry that downplays the monkeypox disease. In the document circulating online under the headline, Debunking Monkeypox Myth, the ministry purportedly urges calm and a return to normalcy. It states that monkeypox symptoms are mild and treatments are routine and available, noting that no one has died from the disease during the ongoing global outbreak. In a tweet Sunday morning with the hashtag fake news, the ministry advised the public that it sent out no such release. Jamaica confirmed it first gave of monkeypox last week. The patient presented to the public health system on July 5th, having arrived in Jamaica some 5 days earlier from the United Kingdom. Symptoms of monkeypox, a viral disease, include fever, intense headache, swelling of the lymph nodes, back pain, muscle ache, lack of energy and/or rash. Person-to-person spread occurs through direct contact with monkeypox skin ligament or scabs, contact with clothing or linen, such as bedding or towel, used by an infected person, and coughing or sneezing. The virus enters the body through broken skin, even if not visible, the respiratory tract, or the mucous membrane, eye, nose, or mouth. The incubation period is between 5 and 21 days. Members of the public who experience fever, intense headache, muscle aches, and/or rash on the skin must immediately isolate and call ahead to their health center or doctor before visiting. Policeman slaps woman during Central Kingston confrontation. A viral video making rounds on social media shows a physical altercation Saturday between policemen and residents in the section of Central Kingston popularly referred to as Spoilers. The 42-second video shows policemen tussling with residents, which apparently did not take kindly to the cops' presence in the area. Come out, watch it for me, so," a female is heard shouting. At one point in the video, a policeman is seen slapping a woman. The cops were reportedly responding to a shooting incident in the area. Portmore man John McGee reported missing. 33-year-old John McGee, sales agent of Southeast 32 Place, 31 Way, Greater Portmore in St. Catherine, has been missing since Friday, July 8. He is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 9 inches tall. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 10 a.m., McGee was last seen at home. His mode of dress at the time he went missing is unknown. He has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of John is being asked to contact the Portmore police at 876-989-8422, 119 Police Emergency Number, or the nearest police station. Nearly $1 billion in traffic tickets issued by the police in 2021. Nearly $1 billion in traffic tickets were issued by the police last year, according to the 2021 edition of the Economic and Social Survey Jamaica, ESSJ. According to the survey, which is published by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, a total of 476,879 traffic tickets were issued during year under review. It represented an increase of 18.04% when compared to 2020. The tickets for which fines totaled more than 968 million were for various traffic offences, the most common being not wearing seatbelt, which accounted for 27.4%. This was followed by excessive speeding at 10.7%. Hundreds of millions of dollars flowed into the government's coffers as a result of, at year-end, 48% of tickets with fines at 456.9 million had been paid at tax office in Jamaica. 4.3%, valued at 54.9 million, was settled in court. 39.7%, valued at 381 million, was before the court while the balance was still outstanding. JCF shakes up divisional commanders. several divisional commanders in the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF has been reassigned by Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson. The list of transferred were published in the Force Orders on Friday. Head of the Westmoreland Division Superintendent Robert Garden has been reassigned to the Force Development and Logistics Portfolio FDLP. Senior Superintendent of Police SSP Wayne Joseph has been the acting head of Westmoreland Division for some time. Meanwhile, Senior Superintendent Jacqueline Combs will move from Area 2 headquarters in St. Mary to the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, IPROB. Senior Superintendent Calvin Small has been transferred from IPROB to the Planning Research and Development Branch. Head of the Manchester Police Division Superintendent Lloyd Darby is moving to Portland and will be replaced by Superintendent Shane McCullough from the National Police College of Jamaica. In the meantime, Portland's top cop Superintendent Kenneth Chin will now take charge of St. Elizabeth as Senior Superintendent Dwight Daly moves from the Breadbasket Parish to Criminal Investigations Branch CIB. The new assignments become effective on July 25. Integrity Commission slams ridiculous gag cause. The Seymour Panton-chaired Integrity Commission IC is piling the pressure on the nation's parliamentarians to remove the gag or muzzle clause in the Integrity Commission Act ICA, which prevents the IC from commenting publicly on ongoing investigations involving public officials. In its 2021-2022 annual report released last week, the IC called the retention of the clause ridiculous. According to Section 53(3) of the ICA, until the tabling in Parliament of a report under Section 36, all matters under investigation by the Director of Investigation or any other person involved in such investigation shall be kept confidential, and no report or public statement shall be made by the Commission or any other person in relation to the initiation or conduct of any investigation under this Act. In its submission last Wednesday to the Joint Selected Committee JSC of Parliament examining the Act, the IC noted that the primary justification has been advanced for imposing and retaining the gag is that it prevents the Commission from injuring the reputation of public officials when it makes an announcement of its commencement of an investigation into allegations of corruption, misconduct, impropriety and/or irregularities which may directly or indirectly implicate a public official. The IC cited that the proponents on the gag generally contended that a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and that this presumption is undermined to the detrimental of the implicated public official when an investigation is announced or otherwise commented upon. It declared that the IC does not share these views. In its first annual report in 2018-2019, pages 7 and 8, the IC said, with respect to Section 53(3), which deals with the confidentiality of investigations and reports, it is widely believed that the present provision is inconsistent with the objective of the transparency in the functioning of the Commission. It is our view that the Commissioners should be given the opportunity or option of reporting in general terms the stage of investigation without commenting specifically on the individuals being investigated or what they are being investigated for. We can be further on the view that such disclosure should be restricted to the government entity that is involved and cause the Commission's interest if the Commissioners deem such disclosure appropriate, and taking into account the need for the protection of the reputations of individuals and institutions whose culpability have not been established to the satisfaction of the Commission. The IC is maintaining this position and last week added the following. Firstly, the ICT believes that the maintenance of the gag is inimical to the public interest and the public good. Considering that Jamaica is perceived to be highly corrupt, the gag only serves to further undermine public confidence and thrust in the country's institutions and leaders. Corruption loves transparency. It thrives in the dark. The gag, because of its suppressed information, is therefore self-defeating. Secondly, the ICT is not aware of any similar statutory gag being imposed upon any other law enforcement agency in Jamaica. The IC therefore believes that the gag should be caused from significant public alarm and concern. Thirdly, the announcement of any investigation by the IC is being a law enforcement agency does not ipso facto undermine the presumption of innocence. The fourth point is that more particularly, the announcement of an investigation by the IC into an allegation cannot logically undermine the presumption of innocence nor tarnish someone's reputation when the commencement follows an allegation that has been introduced into the public domain by a third party. Fifth, the IC does not make allegations against persons or entities, nor does it tarnish or impoverish their reputations. Rather, the IC, as a body, seeks to unearth or to determine via its investigations the veracity of the inferences or allegations of misconduct that have already been made by the third party against public officials. This is statutory mandate of the IC. The Commission argued that in all 21 instances announcements of investigations were made. It said the matrix clearly established what is glaring double standard of the issues relating to A, the making of allegations, and B, what has been deemed by some of the damage done to the reputation of persons who were being implicated by the announcements that were subsequently made by the OCG of the commencement of its investigation into the allegations. According to the Commission, the matrix discloses that it was parliamentarians and politicians themselves, and not the OCG, that has made the initial public allegations, which in turn had prompted 8 of the references, OCG special investigations, and the making of the subsequent public announcement regarding the commencement of the investigations. It is also noteworthy that in 8 of the remaining 13 instances, the allegations that led to the OCG's investigations were allegations that were first publicly made in the press and electronic media by third parties itself. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.